This is Dr. Jerry Tennant. I'd like to discuss with you some of the options that you will have available for home care to keep your circuits on and the power to your organs so that they work correctly. Without doing this, you will likely experience something like I did, where you just sort of simply fade away, just feeling like you're getting more and more tired and perhaps a little bit older, but it's really a loss of voltage. So this is the staff at Tennant Institute. I always begin my lectures by noticing that I am speaking with my Arizona MDH license and not my Texas MD license. Now, let's assume you go to see your doctor because you feel bad or you just want a checkup. Instead, your doctor determines that you need to be hospitalized because the doctor's office equipment is not adequate for your needs, and you can't really accomplish what you need to at home. So let's assume the doctor found that you had a heart attack and are sent to ICU at the hospital. There you have the use of thousands of dollars worth of equipment and the knowledge of the staff to use it. After you go home, you will need ongoing care to regain your strength and help ensure that you don't get sick again. Well, what about your visit to the Tennant Institute? When you come to the Tennant Institute, our first objective is to find out which organs have lost their power supply, because all chronic disease starts when your organ loses its power supply. It's recommended that you start with a 2-day exam that includes evaluation of your acupuncture muscle battery packs to determine which ones have lost their power, dental checkup for shorts in those circuits, emotional baggage, structural problems, cranial nerve evaluation, toxins, etc. Just like a standard doctor's visit, we evaluate things you cannot readily do at home. Now, some will want to continue with ongoing sessions for things like emotional baggage, brain training for grief, post-traumatic stress, ADHD, etc., IVs for Lyme disease, detox, etc. Now, you can put yourself into one of the following categories. You're athletic. You just need a checkup and a 2-day exam. You're too tired to exercise. You will need the 2-day exam, but often will need additional therapies such as correcting dental infections, multiple emotional sessions, brain retraining sessions, multiple IVs for chronic infections, resetting your adrenals, etc. Or you might be too sick to exercise. Usually this requires 3 weeks of rather intensive therapy. These are often people that might go to a hospital for chronic conditions. Much like a hospital, Tennant Institute has about $250,000 worth of equipment available for the use of those that need it. Now remember that all chronic disease begins when you lose the power to whatever organs are failing because they have flipped their polarity. Our muscles are rechargeable batteries stacked one on top of each other in a very specific order to form power packs for the organs, and such circuits are called acupuncture meridians. Here's an example of what's called a spleen meridian. Now, it's well known in battery technology that if you drain a rechargeable battery to zero, it will flip its polarity. If you put a battery upside down in a battery charger, it won't take a charge. And so it is in the human body. So you should check your circuits every day, just like you check the gas gauge in your car, and we can teach you how to do so in just a few minutes. Now, once you find that a circuit has flipped its polarity, it requires scalar energy to flip the polarity back to normal. So whatever scalar method you select to use at home, it depends upon your budget and how fast you want to see the effects. So the least expensive is to use essential oils that I've developed for the specific various circuits. A bit faster and more powerful than that is what's called the Tennant crystal wave biotransducer. And the most powerful of all is the Tennant Biotransducer Pro. So compare these. Let's assume you need to travel 20 miles or so. And of course, that's a long way to walk. But let's assume that you could do it with a bicycle, so that would have similar efficiency to the essential oils. If you have a horse where you don't have to pedal all the 20 miles, you might compare that to the Crystal Wave Biotransducer. But if you have a Corvette, you're going to get there much faster and much more comfort, and you could compare that to the Biotransducer Pro. So after flipping the polarities back to normal, you have to recharge your muscles, and this is done with the biomodulator, which puts out electromagnetic energy as compared to the scalar energy of the biotransducers. You use the handlebars and footplates with the biomodulator to recharge your batteries. Now, whatever recharge method you select to use at home depends again upon your budget and how fast you want to see the effects. So one can recharge your batteries by simply putting your feet in the dirt, which is difficult to do sometimes, particularly in the winter. And one of the possibilities is to use a grounding pad where you have a conductive pad and it has a cable that runs out the window to a stake that goes into the ground. More effective than that by far is the use of one of the biomodulators, the slimline biomodulator. It has fewer circuits, but certainly works. The Biomodulator Pro has many circuits and many other options and makes recharging faster than using the frequencies sets that are in the slimline. Again, it's a matter of your budget and how fast you want to get things done. And of course, in addition to fixing your voltage, you have to have all the materials it takes to make new cells. And so we've created a nutritional program that has everything we can find that cells need to work and to make new cells. And this nutritional product can be taken every morning as a shake or a smoothie. This is available from Tennant Products. And here's our contact information if you wish to know more about these things and to find access to our other videos, including the one on learning muscle testing, so you can check your circuits.